Toastmasters is an amazing place to enhance your leadership skills and abilities. At club level, you can push yourself by taking on the president role, vice president of education, membership, PR, treasurer, sergeant at arms, secretary. Those are all amazing leadership positions, and they will push you and help you become a better leader. If you want to go to the next step and the next level, I suggest looking at district level positions. I'm putting a series of videos together showcasing some of these district positions so that if you are interested, you have an idea of what these different positions do. Today, I'm interviewing Cheryl Rankin. Now, Cheryl Rankin is our PR manager. She makes sure that all the VPs of PRs around the district are trained and that are ready to do their PR role. She's also in charge of making sure that Toastmasters District 86 is known within and without the organization. Today, I'm going to interview Cheryl. So here's my interview with Cheryl Rankin.
What does the Public Relations Manager do? Well, as Public Relations Manager for District 86, I got a couple key things. Number one, communication internally and externally for the district. And number two, lead the public relations team. Because we have a website, we've got social media, we've got YouTube, we've got Meetup, and a whole lot of tools that we have to use. So we need a whole team to pull that off. What do I wish I knew before I started the Public Relations Manager role? Well, I guess one of the things would be all of the different meetings that I'd be attending or chairing along the way, because I didn't quite have the full picture of which meetings I needed to attend or give training or receive training and all of the different pieces of the puzzle. Other than that, I think just the level of information coming in is humongous. So you need to figure out the systems. So if I knew that in advance, could I have set my systems up a little bit earlier? Maybe. How has my experience been so far? I'd say great. I've really enjoyed being Public Relations Manager because I'm learning a little bit of stuff. Even though I walked into the role knowing social media, knowing marketing, I'm still learning. I'm learning some stuff about YouTube. I'm learning some stuff about the tool Canva. I'd used it previously and stopped using it because life got too busy. All of that's new to me. So it's helping me in my other life as well. So it's good. Do I manage a team? Definitely. As Public Relations Manager, I have a pretty big team of people. And I have to say, most amazing team this year, because there's a website manager, there is a newsletter manager, a YouTube coordinator, Meetup coordinator, 2 Facebook coordinators, a photographer. I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Like, it's a huge team. And in order to pull all the different tools together and keep our message together, we need to work together. So it's a good team. I love it. What are the most important members on my team? Oh, I have to say the 2 key members of the team are the website manager and the newsletter editor. The website manager is amazing because they're not only taking care of updating the content on the website, they're also trying to do a quality check. And once in a while saying, you only gave me information for 5 of the divisions, I'm missing 1. And it's just another quality check to try and make sure everything is consistent, the same, and that we have a complete package of information. Then we've got the blogs that are on the website to make sure that those are up to date, and we've got the links available so that the other key person, the newsletter person, has those. The newsletter person is amazing because they're pulling together information from our district leadership once a month and trying to put it into a format and system that everyone's going to bother opening the newsletter to read it. Anyone can send a newsletter. It's trying to send a newsletter that's useful, and people bother opening it, and people bother reading it. So we have wonderful click rates or open rates, whatever you'd like to call them, because the newsletters are very strong. Now, part of that goes back to the whole district leadership, but I'd have to say the two key members on the team are the website manager and the newsletter editor. What club roles were most important to help me prepare for this role? Well, along the way, I've been VP Education, President, Area Director, and Division Director. I'd have to say the Area Director and the Division Director because I had a bigger picture of what goes on at the district level, because as President and VP Education, you are very quickly pulled into the district level a little bit. But at area and division, you're pulled into the district level a little bit more. And obviously in this role, you're right in the middle of it. So the area director and division director, understanding what information that they need to take back to the clubs to remind the clubs to do certain things, or they're identifying needs at the club level that they bring back to us. I think that living through those roles gave me perspective for the current role, which makes a big difference going forwards. I understand what the clubs need, I understand what the area director and division directors need. My goals this year for Public Relations Manager would have to be connected to the communication. So the monthly newsletter getting out in a timely fashion, the communication for some of those meetings that have the Toastmaster guidelines of the information must be sent 2 weeks in advance to the correct people, or must be published on the district website 2 weeks in advance, making sure we don't miss any of those deadlines and stay inside the guidelines. And the other big one is all about branding. The branding that we do at the district level, but also trying to, I'm going to say police, that's sort of a dangerous word, police manage the branding all through the levels of the district, so that when a club posts something and it's orange and purple and green dots, they can say, whoa, 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 doesn't quite match Toastmasters branding. Here's some guidelines, can we redo it, and then we'll repost it. And try and help them and walk them through it so that they get the advantage of the Toastmaster brand, so that people instantly know what is Toastmasters communication skills and leadership skills. How will I quantify that I'm successful in my role? There are a few statistics that we could use concerning open rates in our newsletters, or how many workshops we do for public relations managers at the club level. But overall, I think it's more along the lines of, are clubs getting some guests to their meetings so that clubs can grow? You know, if you never have guests, you're not going to get any new members. And so some of it's connected back to the other leader goals as far as new clubs, new members, and successful clubs. So part of it, I think, is, like we said earlier, the communication internally and externally, but it's also celebrating the clubs. So I think the big thing is making sure that the clubs grow and the clubs celebrate the members and the clubs themselves. What type of person would be good for the public relations manager role? Well, I think I'd put 3 characteristics there. One is creative, one is people person, and one is organized. So creative in the idea that being able to help the various team members at the district level and the club level public relations people with creative ideas as far as slogans for an event, or types of events that might catch attention, what kind of workshops could help them. And then people person, you're working with a team. That's what Toastmasters is all about, is improving your communication skills and your leadership skills. So this is a great way to do that. And then back to organization. I mentioned there's lots of information coming in, but also information going out, and trying to remember and keep track of what's on each side to be like, ooh, did I send everybody that piece of information? I don't want to send them the same tip every time. I need to give them a new tip. So just being organized, being a people person, and being creative. What advice would you give to a future public relations manager? Well, you're going to laugh. My first piece of advice is buy a calendar that goes on a wall that is a 1-month calendar, because I have a job. I have Toastmasters. I'm involved in a couple other community things. I want to keep track of what days I have meetings, because once in a while I say, yes, I will meet you on Tuesday, and I say to somebody else, I'm going to meet you on the 12th, forgetting that Tuesday's the 12th. So that paper calendar is visual, and it's for the whole month. When I look at one on the computer, it tends to show you 1 week at a time, or it's so small that I can't see it. I think the other thing is to sort of pencil in the whole year for things like the newsletter or some of the workshops that might come along, and then just be flexible, because stuff's going to come up, and there's going to be a brand new social media tool that no one's heard of, and we want to take advantage of that. Or somebody changes the rules for one of the tools. Like this year, Eventbrite changed the rules. Well, now we had to switch and figure out, how do we take care of that? When can we use Eventbrite? When do we use another tool? And we want to be flexible in order to take care of that. I would definitely think about doing this role again. I liked doing this role. I love doing this role. I think I'm learning from the role. I think I'm helping other people around me. And I hope that some of my positive energy rolls off to the district leadership and to the other people I interact with in this role. You never know. Would they take me back?
Cheryl, how will you quantify if you are successful in your role?
How will I quantify if I'm successful in my role? My first answer is don't get voted off the island. Okay.